everyone. My name is Christiana, and today I'm here with Emilio, and we're going to be talking. we're going to be talking all about mental health, his journey, his life, everything, and I just want to say, teenage mental love is something that I started because I realized that so many people were struggling with mental health, and no one was really there for them, or no one was showing that they're cared for, they're loved, and that they're not alone through when they're going through something. So yes, I'm here with Emilio, and he is an influencer, and he is part of the Top Talent House. And yeah, we're just going to be talking about his life and such. So let's get right into, and I'll link all of his social media down below. So let's get right into it. So firstly, I wanted to ask you, how are you doing mentally right now?
Right now, I'm really good. I lived in Utah last year. I didn't like it that much. It was fun, but I'm back and living with my family, and it's nice. I miss my house. I miss my car. I miss my backyard. I miss everything.
Yes.
I'm really happy. I miss my friends too.
Oh, yeah, I completely understand. Are you going to go back after like the pandemic is over and such?
It was just supposed to be like a year. It was like a program where they give you an apartment and check, like staff would come and check on you once or twice a week, make sure you didn't like run away to Africa or something.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, I mean, I don't want to go back because I don't know. The people in Utah are very different from people in Texas.
Oh, that that's true. That's true. Wow, I completely understand. And also, I wanted to ask you, what was your life like growing up? Like, was there ever a time where you realized that mental health was really important to you?
Well, when I grew up in Mexico City. Wow. And like when you're in first and second grade, I moved to the U.S. to Texas in second grade. You only have like two friends. You only know like two people, and that. Now, like at this age, you know like your whole town. But when I moved here, I didn't know how to speak English. I remember I had these friends that I lived in a different house. I had these friends that would always come over. I didn't speak English and they didn't speak Spanish, but it still worked out. I'm trying to find them. I actually made a TikTok about it. Oh, wow. They don't live in the same house, but and then I got sent to boarding school, a really strict boarding school. It's an RTC, and I was 12. I was too young for that.
Yeah.
I was way too young for that, and I was there for 2 years. When I left that boarding school, I came back with still like the brain of a 12-year-old, because in that boarding school you had to like ask permission to talk to other students. If you talk to other people without the permission of staff, you would get a consequence. It was that strict.
That's crazy. Oh my, yeah.
Jeez. And so I came back with still the brain of a 12-year-old. And it was really hard for me to make friends. Like the Mexican group in the Woodlands, that's where I live. They don't like me. Oh. So now I get along with all Americans, but it's fine. I mean, and it was really hard because like I saw everybody like on Snapchat going out. Maybe not at 14 drinking, but like maybe the Mexicans were drinking at 14. And they were going out, they're going to the movies, to the mall and stuff, and I didn't have anybody to go with. But now like I'm more mature. I know how to talk to people now.
Of course, I understand. And two things I wanted to say. Like, one, that's crazy because I also like I didn't make a TikTok about it, but I was trying to find a friend that I had from camp, and we were like best friends, and I couldn't find him anywhere. And I got so close, and I thought it was this one guy, and it wasn't. But I'm like, that's crazy how like you're also trying to find like childhood friends, and and that's great. And also that's really like shocking to me to hear, because like, for example, like I feel like there's like a stigma, especially for boys too, like they will always have friends, or they always have people, and that's like really that's really interesting to hear. But I'm happy that you're more like you have your group and everything. And I also want to ask you regarding with the groups, like you were part of the Top Talent House, and what's that like? Yeah, and that.
Oh my God, it's seriously like it's kind of like everybody that I've met in the group, I've met. I think most of them, but some people left the group and bigger creators are coming in. I went to Georgia on a trip with I think like 8 of them.
Wow.
and absolutely everybody was really fun. Everybody just got along. There was no drama. There was no anything that that I heard of. I don't know, but it was. And seriously, it's kind of crazy. Like when I left, I was like, "Dang! If I wouldn't have answered Nor is the owner of Top Talent, Nor's email like 4 months ago, then I wouldn't have like met all these people. Everybody in Top Talent is absolutely awesome. Everybody makes different type of videos. Like I make funny videos. Most of them dance. I don't know what a lot of them make. It's just kind of different with everybody, but I think I'm the only one that makes like little funny videos.
Oh wow. Yeah, so you're unique. That's cool. And also, what was it like when you said like, you know, if you hadn't answered the email, like what was it, you like received an email to join the group, and I wanted to ask you what that process was like.
So I got an email from this guy named Nor saying like Top Talent House, blah blah blah. I was like, I didn't take it seriously because I mean I've been in 2 houses, well not houses, but like supposedly going to be houses that just like the group chats die, nobody wants to pay, and then it just dies. So I was like, I mean, I want to be in the group chats. The group chats are fun. I'll join it. And then I replied to the email. And I didn't know it was gonna be like a serious agency that like does all this stuff, because he's getting like Norris. We have a joke that I made. Yeah. It's called Nor 2020. We just say Nor 2020 because like he's such a good manager.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was gonna be that serious. And then Nor calls me because we have to get on a call before he like approves and all that. And it sounded really cool. There was only like, I think I was one of the bigger creators in the group. Not anymore. I'm like in the middle now. But I mean, it sounded pretty cool. He said he was looking into houses already. That a lot of the creators already know each other. That I was recommended to be in the group. I was like, I mean, that's cool. And then when I went to Georgia, that's where it like felt real, and like I got to meet people, not just like snapping back on the Snapchat group chat.
Yeah, of course. That's really cool. And I feel like a lot of people are doing that right now, from like the Hype House, Content House, and such, everything. Like I've seen so many, and I noticed that's like really popular too. And I also wanted to ask you, when it comes to like doing a house like that, do you have like, do you ever feel like social media can be like kind of like a toxic place, especially because like I don't know, like there's hate, there's you know, comments like you're not funny or you're not cool or whatever. Like how's that? How do you like manage that?
I don't get many hate comments. Like I don't get like clown emojis. I don't get hate.
Yeah.
But I do see like Nessa, for example. Like what I remember, I think she danced to like some religious sound. I saw the video and I didn't know it was religious. But still, like after that, like you can't just like, she obviously didn't know. Like she obviously, there's no way she would have known that that was a religious prayer. She probably just found the sound. She's like, oh, it's some guy mumbling. Let's like dance to this audio. Like she obviously didn't know, and people know she didn't know. Like I'm sure like 1 in 100, like 99 out of 100 know she didn't know. But they still take advantage of it and drop snakes. They drop the clown emojis. They drop the emoji with that emoji. I feel like people right now are just bored and they're looking like when somebody will mess up so they can bombard them. And I don't think I don't like that. It's
no, I completely understand. Yeah, and also when it comes to
like whatever I do, like there's a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my videos, before I post them, I'm like, this is like a tiny bit suspicious. Then I send them to group chats without a TikTok. Like, should I post this? And all the time they're like, dude, the video's fucking fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I was like, okay then. But like it's still scary. I'm really scared that will happen to
me. Yeah, I completely, and also cancel culture and all those stuff. And I know exactly what you mean. And that's crazy. And I also know that, for example, Nessa, like that genuinely affected her mental health, because she has said multiple times, you know, that it affected her. She was going to do something, you know, that could really drastically change her life. And the people who comment those comments, they don't even realize like how how much they're affecting someone. So I completely understand what you mean. And yes, and also when it comes to like having a community of followers and such, I wanted to ask you, when you first like became more popular, what was that like for you?
I started making content when I was 13, turning 14. I would make little skits, like, Vines, like Lele Bombs and stuff. They would make it, but they have professional video stuff. But I didn't. I would just make like weird little videos, like, oh, when you drop your phone, you turn it around, it's not broken. And then I don't know. And then after that, when I was like 16, turning 16, I made really stupid videos. Like I would smoke a cigarette next to a cop and see their reaction, or I would jump behind the counter at McDonald's and make an ice cream cone and leave. And then when I was in Utah in October, I had this friend that had 10,000 on TikTok, and I thought TikTok was stupid. And he's like, you should start making videos there, because like, and he explained to me, like, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It matters if like it's funny and it's good content. It will get views. And I was like, okay. So I just started making it, and I passed them in a week. I think a week after I started TikTok, I hit 10K, and it was really crazy because like I was trying so hard to hit 10K. Like the only thing I wanted was to hit 10K on Instagram. And then I hit 10K on Instagram. I was like, I was so happy. And then I just enjoyed it. Like I enjoy making content. And I mean, now I'm a TikToker, I guess.
yeah, for sure, yeah. And that's crazy too, because like I remember when TikTok first started, like no one thought like people would make a career out of it. And then you have people like Charlie now, literally on brand deals, and and then Top Talent House that literally is making a career for these people, and that's really crazy and cool. And also, I wanted to ask you like more about like any time in life, do you ever feel like overwhelmed by like everything that's happening, or like like you have this to do or this to do, and especially like if you were in school during a time like this?
Yes. I'm always like, my mom asked me to do a lot of stuff. Plus, I have school. Like she's always like, hey, can you put this counter together for me? There's like 3 boxes over there, and it's the boxes are still sitting there. She's been asking for them, but I just don't have time. I had to go to get my license today. I still have, I think, like 15 assignments.
I completely understand. And that's like crazy to me. Like some people, like they have so much behind the scenes and you never even know, especially when it comes to having a social media page. And also, do you ever feel overwhelmed with like trying to like create content that's like funny for your viewers? Or like, do you ever say like, oh wow, this might not be as funny, I might not get as many views as I did before?
I mean, if I post a video and I know like it's not that funny, I mean, as long as it's like content that like I'm sure people like want to see a little bit, I'll post it. But like, if it's just like how Nessa, like no hate for her, but she just lip syncs and just makes the types of TikToks that like my friends joke around with TikTok. Like they just like, oh, it's a funny audio. It's like set up on the wall and just stand there. I don't think I would post that because I feel like my engagement would go down. And like my goal is to entertain my followers, not to make content.
Of course. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no hate. Yeah, of course. Of course. And also, I see you like traveling a lot, and I know that you're the executive film director. And I wanted to ask you, is that like something you're really passionate about and such?
Well, I started with photography. I went to school Fusion, and I was a DJ. I like the DJ stuff. And my mom, instead of putting me into the music class, she put me into a photography class, and I was kind of upset. I was like, oh, photography is stupid, blah blah blah. And then I like saw that like you can do so much cool things with the camera. You can, I don't know, make this painting look sad, or you can make it look cool just by like the way you take it and then Photoshop and stuff. And then one time my friend got a camera and he wanted to like do photo shoots for like famous people. I just made photo for shoots for like, you know how girls like to decorate their Instagram and stuff. I would do that.
Yeah.
And then the artist that he found, his name's Scotty McThotty. That's his name that he put.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, I don't want a photo shoot. I want you to make me a music video. And I was like, I mean, I don't really want to make a music video, but I mean, I know how to use iMovie.
Yeah.
And then I made him the video. I had a lot of fun. And then he asked me for another one. And then the other one turned out so much nicer. And then I learned how to use Premiere. And then this guy that lives here in the Woodlands that has connections with all of the artists, like, you know, Maxo Cream?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maxo Cream. Mm-hmm. Max Cream's little brother, he knows Trippie Redd, he knows all of that. He told me he has a record label, he wanted me as a videographer of the record label. It's Counterculture Records.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll do it.
Of course, yeah.
And that's how I started.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy. That's really cool, though. That's amazing. And was that something, like, I know you said, like, you know, you never really wanted to do at first, but, like, when you realized that, you know, you could, like, really do something cool with it, did you decide that you want to do it forever, or just...
I do want to make, I don't want to continue, I mean, if like, let's say I'm 30 and somebody asks me for a music video, like, yeah, I'll do it, because, like, I enjoy doing it, but I want to go to college and make ads for, like, Hershey's, or, I don't know, Honda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like,
I've seen videos on my Explore page of how they make ads. They have like a $500,000 profit, and it's just a 30-second video.
Yeah.
So they can literally do whatever they want. Have you seen the one where they get the Hershey's and the melted chocolate, and then they get two machines, and then they like edit? I don't know. It's just super cool. It looks fun.
Yeah.
With a $500,000 profit, I could do literally.
Yeah. That's really cool.
I want to go to college for that.
Yeah, and that's amazing that you can even make a career from that. And I really like that. That's really cool. And also, when you like do filming or like you do videography and such like that, is it like a really good like outlet for you, or like a time like to like show what you love?
I personally hate the beginning of recording. Because it's like when they ask me for a music video, I have to drive around because they tell me what they want, what they want it to look like. And then I look around my house because my house is a good place to shoot, and I'm like, okay, maybe here if I get some like blue lights, and that's like really stressful because then I'm like, what if it turns out crappy, and then I have to book me for like more days, and then I drive around, I go all the way to Houston, look at alleys, look at stuff like that, and that I don't like that, and then while shooting, it's also like kind of stressful because then the artist sometimes does stuff that like will make it harder for me later, like the editing, like if they don't move their mouth or they're just looking like that. It depends on a lot.
Of course, yeah.
But like when I put the editing and I synchronize the video to the music, and I'm like editing, it's like so fun. I will edit a whole music video in like 6 hours.
That's
just straight.
That's crazy, and that's talent. That's really cool. That's really cool. And yeah, and I wanted to ask you, when it comes to like the stigma behind mental health for like guys and such, like do you have like anything to say about that, or like there's like the comments that people say and such?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, so like I know like a lot of people say like, oh, guys can't cry or they can't go through something when it comes to mental health, and like I wanted to ask you what's like your opinion on that, or like what do you have to say about those things?
I mean, guys can cry. Like there's still I don't know. I feel like boys and girls are like, obviously a girl's brain works differently than a guy's brain. It's like completely different. There's like books how like, and I mean we can still cry. We can still. We're not. I feel like it's because some guys don't show like the real that they're human. As much as girls show it. So it like kind of got put together that like guys don't cry, guys drive, like let's say guys drive with their seat all the way back and their hand like that. I don't drive like that. Like no, guys, like I don't know how they do it because you can't see the road if you do it like that. But, I mean, I guess.
Of course, yeah, and I really don't like that stereotype, especially like I remember someone posted a TikTok video and a guy was like crying and then everyone in the comments like clowned him for it, and I was like, you know, like I really hate, yeah, I really hate that stereotype and that stigma. And then I also wanted to ask you.
That's what I'm saying. They look for reason.
Yeah, exactly, they do. You're right. And I also wanted to ask you, like, have you ever struggled with mental health? Like, I know I asked you about growing up and like such like that, but at like this time too, especially during this pandemic.
During this pandemic, I was supposed to have a 3-day vacation. It was spring break, right?
Yeah.
When it all happened, yes.
Yeah.
I flew with 3 pairs of clothes to Aspen
Wow.
with my family, and then the day before my flight back to Utah, my mom's like, "Your school got canceled, so there's like no reason for you to go back to Utah. Plus, like, I miss you. I'm not gonna send you back to Utah." I was like, "What about my clothes?"
Yeah.
And then some of my clothes got shipped, and I went to Acapulco. It's like Miami, but Mexico. So like personally, the pandemic was not. It didn't hit me as hard as it could have hit other people that live. But like I was able to escape to Acapulco because the pandemic wasn't that bad there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad, but it was still kind of like, I want to go back to Utah. I want to go back to, like, I felt stuck in Acapulco at the same time. And even though, like, I had the beach and everything, but I still, like, didn't see many people. I only saw another group in Mexico of TikTokers live. It's like the equivalent of, like, the Hype House.
Yeah.
But they don't have a house
Yeah.
in Mexico.
Oh.
And they were really fun. But that's like about it. That's like everyone I saw for like a week, and then it's like I missed people. That's how it hit me. I missed people a lot.
Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, of course. And lastly, do you have any like advice for anyone who's like struggling with mental health, or they're going through something, or they even want to be, you know, a famous creator or something, but they're like worried about what people say about them? Do you have any advice for them?
Well, first, if you're like struggling with anything, I'm sure like almost nobody, like maybe 1 in a billion, has nobody to talk to. Everybody has like your parents. I'm sure you're like your friend, even your dog. You can talk to somebody, and I don't know, and don't stay like inside, because I like noticed when I like was very lonely, I stayed inside a lot.
Yeah.
And when I left and I went outside, like I went on a bike ride, I was like really happy. So like, I don't know, just like taking care of yourself and talking to somebody instead of staying in your room, watching Netflix and eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Helps a lot. And if you want to be a creator and scared of what other people will think of you, like, I don't know, like I feel like every time I look at somebody that drops an awful comment, I just almost immediately assume that their life sucks. If they're sitting on their phone looking for reasons to hate on people, they want to put whatever's happening in their life and like have it and like pass it on to somebody else. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, really.
You want other people to like also life suck, but like a comment is not gonna do anything. Like the worst I get is, you know, the emojis that just has like a smirking face, just like not funny.
Yeah.
That's as much as I get. I mean, it's kind of messed up, but I mean, I think it's funny, so it's funny.
Yeah, of course, and that's all that matters. Yes, and thank you so much. And I wanted to say, anyone who's out there, I really loved Emilio's advice about, you know, like you will always have someone to talk to, and yeah, just that's why I always say you're not alone, you're loved, and there's always someone who's there for you. And also, if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm always a DM away, and my Instagram is Teenage Mental Love. And thank you so much, Emilio, for this interview. And again, yeah, if you guys want to check out down below, I'll link Emilio's TikTok, his Instagram, and I believe you have a YouTube page too. And
not yet.
Oh, not yet. Oh, sorry. I saw you on YouTube. I meant to say, yeah, I did see you on YouTube. Yeah.
I think I used to put like Minecraft videos when I was like 12.
Oh, wow. Really?
Maybe that's what you found. I don't know.
Maybe.
I need to delete those.
Yeah, I completely understand. Yes. And thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.